Hey there guys, so I'm the Brown Car Guy and I'm here to cover the latest large anti-ULEZ expansion protest. You can hear some of the noise, you can hear the cars going around. There's lots of people, there's vans, there's vehicles, there's an old bus, there's a fire brigade, there's no fire engine, it's fantastic. One of the key things about these protests, which is why I love coming to them, there's two reasons. One, you get to talk to real people that are affected by ULEZ, and you really start to understand the implications of what ULEZ is, what it will mean to people, how it will hurt people's lives, their incomes, their social lives, their mental health well-beings, their health well-being, you know, even that aspect of it. You start to learn those things. The second part of it is you make new friends. It's a great time. Everybody has a laugh. We've had great weather today. We've had singing, we've had dancing. It's been absolutely brilliant. It's one of the things I keep telling a lot of people as I come down to these protests, because it's very important to make sure that your voice is heard. But don't be put off by the term protest. We're not ripping down lampposts, we're not smashing up windows, everybody's just having a good laugh, everybody's just smiling, everybody's friends. A lot of the time I'd spend talking to other guys about classic cars, so that's what I end up doing a lot of the time. But yeah, this is a great way of getting your voice out there.
Excellent. Excellent. And what spurred you? Like, you remember the moment when you realised this ULEZ thing is a problem?
Well, the ULEZ, yeah, I mean, ULEZ has always been on my radar, and obviously they expanded it 2 years ago to inner London, which is North and South Circular. Now I live just outside the North Circular, and I own a non-compliant car. I own a 1989 BMW 30, a classic. And then when they suddenly announced, and bear in mind, this has happened very quickly. The timeline of this is impossible. It's ridiculously quick. From the way the consultation, for the way that was first announced, the consultation period to the announcing that it will be implemented has been a very short time span. Too short for most people to actually take any action. So for me, it started off as a personal thing because I was going to be impacted by it. But going back again to coming to protests and to talking to people and listening to their real world stories, I then realized that this is a much bigger issue that has much more far-reaching consequences, and that is going to hurt people so much more in ways that just haven't even been thought about. And then it became to me something that I felt was very important, especially when you look at the fact that a lot of media wasn't covering these events. But as a motoring journalist, as somebody who cares about cars, the car community, the car industry, and above all the motorists, I felt that it was kind of my duty and my responsibility to, in whatever small way I can, get those stories out and get those heart-wrenching issues out there for people to understand.
And how is the reaction that you're getting? Are you getting a lot of support?
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you're on social media, as you well know, you have to have a thick skin about you, because sometimes you get a lot of good, sometimes you get a lot of bad. I get a bit of both, but overwhelmingly I've had a lot of great support, and it's really wonderful when I come to events like this. I meet a lot of people who come up to me and they're very appreciative of the kind of content that I've been doing, and that's always helpful because it always spurs you on to help people more. And I think that's the key thing here, that we have to help each other to overcome something that is going to be a real pain for a lot of us, I think. Not just for people like me that want to drive our classic cars. That's our pleasure. But I think for a lot of real people and a lot of real world situations.
It affects a lot of people, people have businesses.
Yeah.
People drive for a living.
Yeah, businesses are closing, van drivers are getting hurt, people can't visit the elderly, people can't go to work. There are, for example, where I live, there's Edgware Hospital, there's Northwick Park Hospital. People in those that work in those hospitals come from outside of the zone. All of a sudden they're like, how are we going to get to work? You know, this is a major issue, especially at a time when the NHS is under crisis, right? And not to mention the cost of living crisis. So it's a massive, massive issue, and I think that, you know, the more that we can do to A, to raise our voices, but to B, also spread the awareness and a greater understanding of what this is, what this means, and where it's going, and how it's going to impact our future as well.
Thank you very much. But last thing, what's next with Brown Car Guys?
Well, I mean, you know, bigger and better things. I keep doing what I do, and what I do actually is I'm a motoring journalist and content creator. So ULEZ is not what I do. ULEZ is one aspect of what I cover. But stay tuned. I cover cars. I do reviews. Anything to do with automotive, I cover. So if you like cars, lock on to Brown Car Guy.